You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
For the news we take around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices come. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. Count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices down. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He call on me, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news we take around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices come. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. Call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices down. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views. now we not the answer. We human them, God begin the executive power. You call away, come to me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We're still on Facebook, YouTube, and also our website. We will bring this edition come to you this Tuesday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And my name is Belkaba. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 21st day of July 2026. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, we will continue the conversation regarding the ECOWAS mid-year summit we just done in Salon. Today we can get the perspective of somebody who don't advocate for good governance for a very long time. We can know waiting this particular conference we just done. So how we left Salon, we can discuss the issues, and then we also hear from somebody from the National Commission for Peace, Independence Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, as we continue to discuss the issues them surrounding the ECOWAS Media Summit we just end. Also, in this edition of the show, we got to talk to somebody where they can tell we about Paraclets. Actually, they say na the first AI operating system for live service and its listeners. Waiting it about, waiting the benefits them we get. We got to discuss that inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
All right. Well, since that time for peace and forgiveness, that like the wave, they blow, talking peace, forgiveness. But how this peace, forgiveness, all they talk about will translate into real action beyond the conference room, beyond the pictures, beyond the handshakes. How it go translate to actions, how it go translate into governance, how we leaders them go make sure say beyond all the paparazzi, the fanfare, they really focus for work for we the citizens. Because if you look at how politics they work like developing nations, you go clearly know say them people there where we can elect, we the citizens, una the citizens, now una na them boss system, now una na the boss them actually, because now una they give them the mandates, now una they give them this mantle of authority through una vote them, where una can go na voting center and vote for them. So after una don't vote for them, they self get a responsibility for ensure say then deliver on the promises where they don't make. But it's like as soon as they go to that place where they call State House, everybody gets diverted mission. Everybody gets diverted attention, focus on things them where not the benefits una the ordinary citizens, especially this last part of Salon democracy. Because when we talk about elections, it gets for the democracy. Yes, people away na democracy, experts them don't they say Salon gets a very fragile democracy. But what thing again we don't do as a country for ensure say this fragile democracy, where like he says Salon gets, we help for develop we help for ensure say we strengthen that what they call unity. But until for the past 1 week, we don't see the wind of forgiveness they blow. I see the president for the Bar Association himself right. He asks, say, since the wind of forgiveness they blow, why not extending it to Zainab Sharif? That's another conversation where nobody not seem for the talk about anymore. Because if you are saying you dey give clemency, extend them. People and they where they languish na prison for petty crimes. Some might go ask if file not even available anymore. They don't even know sign file day. We don't dey see institution and they charge it, don't they pull data, don't they do survey, don't they pull reports on them missing files there. Some don't even know in fact it's still there at that prison. You know, it's sad, but since we don't see big one, then now don't they talk about forgiveness, they are willing for extend the olive branch, they don't they mellow down, they don't they reduce the rhetorics, they don't they tone down their voices. Them let's see, because like I can always say, now one salon we get. Some of we don't get 2 passports, some of we not to dual citizens, and this one get country now get now sabi home. So if a particular set of people just decide for say, okay, we want for let tension day, we want for burn down everything, it's not okay. We self as a citizen get a responsibility. Not allow nobody or any color or any political party for turning against you company, for turning against your neighbor. Because you see these politicians, they get a meeting point, and when they meet, they me and you know they even understand how things they happen. Would I feel say they let today President Kuma and President Bio go in a one room, go even get handshake, go even pose for pictures. President Bio invites former President Kuma as a special guest na a room where they host the ECOWAS summit. That's a story of reflection, na a story where una self as a citizen dem for sit down and say, I don't need for kill me company, I don't need for curse me company, I don't need for make enemy for any politician or any color or any political party. I want Salon no get like waiting the Minister of Information can always say Salon big pass all. So since now we talk about national cohesion, we talk about unity, we talk about forgiveness, I hope say all of them things here go extend down to that layman, go extend down to that man where sit down when they even know what they eat for the day. There are people in Sierra Leone where they go without 1 square meal per day. We don't clean, therefore one go hustle like now in a rainy season, but all man get access to private vehicle. You get for the fend way to your workplace, you get for fend way to your hustle point. You go now, them mommy then a tough cuts, then they run here and there. They don't even know what's in the happen. They get a certain class of the elite people, they will just sit down, they make decisions for we. How them decision there, they reflect down now we lifestyle. These are some of the conversation we supposed to forget as a nation rather than with the fet we say just for political colors, just for political parties. Where at the end of the day, as soon as they go state house, under the same one that they grumble back say they don't forget Botuna. Just like they grumble them. Oh they nowadays. So it's time. Sometimes you cannot get a frank and honest conversation there. As still they can look at how all of these things will unfold inside 1 week. Like path to new political era in Sierra Leone. That's something where they last. Or for just the stranger they will come, one should say we are a united nation. Or really we are peaceful. Or really we mean them, we determine for turn we back to the bad things that will be don't happen. One for all we self now, one for develop Salon. Salon is a small, beautiful country. We go now other country like Ghana, the Gambia. Look how Ghana and they enjoy. Look how they deal with their presidents. Then they rub skin. Not too many convoy. Look, Gambia, very small, peaceful nation. So these are some of the things that we can discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning. Let we say they mellow down small. Politicians don't say we say then they tone down a bit. Yeah, the last host Mambunaya, he said that in Bilai Walai Talai, they left and force because Now one salon we get. So they can start the conversation. They can look at national cohesion and inclusive governance this morning. As we see that display, they don't begin happen. We just hope that's something where they continue because it's getting closer. Politics then they come. Next year by now, the political conversation they already get. Next year by now, the political parties they go into them primaries. In fact, APC they suppose for go this weekend for go elect the constituency leaders. From constituency, then come to regional. From regional, they all the big national delegates conference. So then they go usher in a new executive. If they go no more by their calendar, where they been pulled for the public in August, they're supposed to get a new executive. The SLPP, they don't pass that side, they don't get a new executive, they don't usher in the Jimmy Batilo Songa executive. Then get a new executive, now they function. Now the APC no more, not able to forget an executive yet. But we are still waiting on them. Let us see waiting and they bring. And let us see how the game get for play. 2027, 2028. Elections are coming very close. Maybe this wind of forgiveness, oneness, unity, we don't begin so.
I know, eh? But actually, most times we go say we the people again get a very big role for play, you know, because the politicians them not as many as the citizens, the populace, you know, they are few among the lots because even for letting come into governance, now the people we the people and now we they decide who that we want for rule we at the end of the day. So most times if we left today again, they win at a few and we were in majority, we allow them for decide everything for we. Now they the problems can they because if the larger way people were in majority decide say this is the scenario we want a cohesive society, we want a peaceful society. It's left with us for make that decision day and ensure so we not allow the politicians them for use their own political powers and we then get for divide we, because at the end of the day now we the people them go allow them for use their offices and they for divide we, because when time reach for go cast we votes now we they go decide the type of leaders then we will get. Like you say the leader is as good as the people we elect the leaders, but where election can done again God the day as to whether they claim say then if me election, whether they claim say oh na me win. Now yonder again the problem there, because if the people and will always gonna the ballot box elect your leader, at the end of the day you're not supposed for the complaint, because you're supposed for go vote for the best where you know say go represent you and work in your interest. But like we can say, let we all use this opportunity as a nation. If the leaders they don't decide say they want for go this path of peace and national cohesion, let we ride with them and see how far we go with that.
All right. Now that make Odeka ask the question this morning if this new language hold on the political leaders and they speak of national unity, cohesion, oneness. It's like a new era to inclusive governance and national cohesion, like pathway and salon. So we'll be very intentional how they select to guest them. When they can look at the governance side, the inclusiveness. Then later we'll talk about this national cohesion where we don't hear for the past 1 week now. It don't tell like now the new word, now the country. Well, they can start to look at inclusive governance. So they can look at how this they reflect into the governance system, because not a secret say, especially after 2023 elections. But could thing they happen with disturb governance, because if the opposition they boycott, say we not be part of government again, if then they go sign an agreement, the opposition they accuse the government say they don't deviate from waiting and sign for, governance becomes stall at some point. And when governance becomes stall, even we the citizens so they will hold them accountable as to waiting them promise, because nothing not seem for the work. So we get Marcella Samba to say with we now the studio this morning, where now somebody we get wealth of experience with campaign governance and set the political landscape in Sierra Leone. And they don't they see then things that already unfold quite recently. They can't forget conversation on how we for turn them into good things for improve on Sierra Leone governance. Good morning, Marcella.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Mabel, and thanks for having me.
All right. As you're working at the studio, you need to get a conversation reflecting on Usai Salon Day now and the kind of salon where everybody wants to see. You want to see Sierra Leone the work for the ordinary citizen. A Sierra Leone way citizen, you don't need for get a politician for support you. You need for get a country where if you're hard work, you're able for earn something. Quite recently, we don't see this display of unity, display of oneness among the politicians, them, especially when the news broke out, say the AG said they discontinue the case where the former president been get with the stand trial, treason charges and some other one thing. All of a sudden, it came to salon after 2 years we don't day away as president, we are a special guest at the ECOWAS summit. Firstly, from the political lens, the things that will unfold in 1 week. I go put into a context.
Thank you so very much. I mean, this is a very historical week, and happy for say it's good that campaign for good governance they are the heart of this conversation. You know, this democratic process where they unfold even after the civil conflicts, right? CGG as an organization to ensure say everything we get for do with the peace and stability of Sierra Leone. We make sure as an organization we put a high on the political agenda. This particular call, right, for unity, not to today, it began immediately after the 2018 elections. This was a critical step towards nation building. So this call very, very important, and what we see unfold, you know, I mean, in the last couple of days is very important for the political renewals in the country. You see, whether people like it or not, conversations around the emotional recovery very important. We get legacy of conflict, whether people like it or not. And then thing that they not to think the way they go overnight. The process they were really protracted, and every successive government, because now they get for take the bigger side, every successive government get for invest in that trajectory. And so the political leaders the way they forefront in all of this, they get for set the stage for let it happen. So from the campaign for good governance point, right, we commend the processes the way they happen so far. I mean, you know, one of the ways they mean transitional justice, not to everybody get for be involved. Waiting can happen when it comes to reconciliation, and waiting can happen, you they ensure say the big players them, where I mean people familiar with the language of those who bear the greatest responsibility, because their action gets effects, you know, on the one them the followership. So when they see publicly, then people then they reconcile their differences. It also matters that all other than they follow take similar path. And we don't see public gestures in this arrangement, but waiting here for importance. And I think say now they are one for each this conversation. because beyond the public show, which is also part of the reconciliation process, we also get to ensure institutional reforms, because now they reforms then they consolidate the peace. Waiting get for happen in terms of the problems them of the past, where we institute processes of justice, processes of fairness, processes of accountability. Now they enable citizens therefore able for believe say yes, we are living as a country in a country where they feel as if we are part and parcel of the governance process where they unfold. So yes, waiting happen is fine, but also for let anything going forward be consolidated, the reform agenda get for be principle.
One other conversation where plenty people don't make this spark up now says this conversation of peace and cohesion all starts now. Also for measure the honesty of the politicians, because at the end of the day, we don't see, not today we begin see talks of getting both parties together and work together, especially from the APC and the government. How do we measure the honesty of them people here in terms of getting the support of the public? Because that distrust really between them and the public, it's obvious. How do we measure that? So they're really ready.
So you see the biggest outcome of the summit, the ECOWAS summit hosted, in the soil of Sierra Leone under the auspices of His Excellency the President. Now that's the conversation around the issue there, where Okutem, and we they talk, and we voice them in the area around the conversation there. We don't get a bigger platform. That what's the platform? That was what the summit provided. We don't get a bigger platform and a bigger opportunity because of the role where Sierra Leone play in terms of the leadership of ECOWAS this last 1 year. We don't get a bigger platform and a bigger opportunity for hearing the same conversation. So then people that will represent we, whether they represent we in the Mediation and Security Council, whether they represent we in the various platforms that the ECOWAS create, whether as heads of state and heads of government, when they meet, the kind conversation we then they get, now the very conversation will be the target say we really need, because the ECOWAS region is distress. And nobody wants a situation right now where the countries them, because countries like Sierra Leone, we know they're into war, right? This is, it's peacetime, but we get issues them of instability. They don't want countries like Salon for degenerate. The community is already distressed. Boko Haram and terrorism, they unbug, parts of West Africa in significant proportions. So we really don't want a situation, we get issues around of the daily development strides in poverty. So the community is in that state. The community not integrated in the way we want. We see the AES state, right? The Sahel region, they don't come on. Burkina, Niger, they don't come out, from the community. They don't go form their own block. So the community distressing itself. You don't want any small thing or any country like Sierra Leone for degenerate. So when we they bring in conversation then in the past, because I tell you, this is exactly the conversation we had since 2018. Well, we some of we know refrain from, we still they make an issue on the table. Now, because we had this chance, this opportunity in the regional governance platform for lead and spearhead that conversation, you see the benefits where it bring. That is why the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report brought about a blueprint for this country. The blueprint towards peace and cohesion we Mabel mentioned. It said we can get there through waiting dialogue. So you see waiting conversation they bring come. So it's not about, we are in the early stages to begin make conclusion, but waiting, the hope when we get, the excitement when we get, when I see leaders from the Sierra Leonean side, they take leadership, leading discussions, leading conversation, talking about institutional reforms, knowing about what it means to prioritize governance in the face of all of this. That is the trajectory to peace. Because for the ordinary Sierra Leonean, no one understands the tension waiting there between you and your political opponents. It want for understand waiting democracy and governance they deliver.
When conversation and the way they talk about so it really they go down because if you take a look at how the media, the social media especially, where plenty people they follow, even the ECOWAS summit we just done, people hardly don't they discuss about the outcomes, what are the resolutions when they reach out. The conversation just there around President Bio not having a second term of the ECOWAS chairmanship. So the conversation they really, when it gets over the weekend, it really don't go down.
No, well, I mean, it's too soon for say don't go down. This is why we have all joined the conversation. As the head of campaign for good governance, this is my role. Whether it is solicited or unsolicited, I have a role to educate the citizens about this. Unfortunately, and I mean, this has always been the case. We have not been able as a country for integrating into the regional conversation. But it is a must. Now we get for integrating into regional conversation. And we also have a role once we integrate in the conversation and they for filter and this is what we are doing. And the media get for set the agenda. You know, when I called me yesterday, I said there's still some facts we are collecting at Campaign for Good Governance. So we'll not get. But upon second thought, I said, okay, even though all the facts are not there, but we need to set the agenda and outside the conversation for go. You know, beyond, beyond the thing they were there about second term, I mean, this is not ECOWAS not a political context. So if you're misunderstanding with the ECOWAS table, I mean, each and every of the leaders, they were sit down na ECOWAS na heads of state and heads of government, depending on the constitutional frame and posture. They are heads of state and heads of government. So it's not a political space or political competition. It's a space, you know, for integrate the region. And so I come back to my point, right? This thing about second term in ECOWAS, the conference, all people need to understand the value of them conversation and then we can't dismiss them. But the importance of waiting happen over the last couple of days in country and tide because waiting happen the last couple of days in a salon where we see the former president of the republic come and join the summit and we call pre-conference negotiations. It feed into what we can see. So ECOWAS presence and with leadership like ECOWAS, it don't get so much value for winner salon. And so the conversation now going forward is about how the critical players them in country get for package this, let it be a holistic pathway. So that's what we call post-summit. I don't talk about the pre. How the ECOWAS heads of states then be able for SIDOM and look at the context, when at the Sierra Leonean context, and look at the fragility indicators and know what are the potential thing them where gets reason for make we cut back on the peace building process na salon and say you have to do this and the government will commit for do this and we see the commitment of the government for do this through the office of the Attorney General can make the public statement and also on the side of the opposition the former president coming you know, for attending the summit and touch the Sierra Leonean soil after close to 2 years. So there is a pathway. So the pre-arrangement was there for our instability issues, and equally so, when it comes to the post now, we have to set the agenda. And who are they responsible for agenda setting? That's civil society and media. This has always been, you know, now we own approach that one dinner salon. So, in fact, that's why I always say I'm happy Key civil society representatives were they be there at the summit, they be there at the Lunke event. I, representing Campaign for Good Governance as head of CGG, was at the event. It is our responsibility to take the conversation forward. Unfortunately, our methodology in Sierra Leone, the methodology for peace consolidation, the political parties have been key players, but when it comes to the drivers of change, record, right, in with political history and recent democratic renewal, records not there saying that they don't drive change. They have been participants of the change for political, but at the forefront, when this country distress, as citizens then say peace before election, and then come together. When this country distress, na then jump, then scoop, na then jump na streets. They say una lay down una weapons, ordinary citizens. So when the tripartite be happen, for example, what's happen? Citizens' participation was missing. It was totally missing. And so so the people them were supposed for serve as accountability backstopping. For member them. So una been signed this thing, you see how the tripartite process epileptic, like it come. It's a good process.
Well, that's the
problem there. Stumbling block, because with history, in terms of citizens' participation in the democratic process, has always been championed by ordinary citizens, not so by political party players. Political party players, they are critically in the democratic space, but they have interest. And when you give a partisan player platform for share, it also can for consider in your interest. And it takes two. And they can call now society, statesman, stateswoman, people with integrity. It takes two for give a partisan player. You get forget all the variables them. Very strong institutions, etc., presence for a partisan player. Look, you do something equally with all sides could benefit. So now I make the process where the work na salon, and I make enough for the deviate from them processes then they now for ensure say those who can carry the responsibility of ensuring that these players stick to the plan. And that is critical at the moment, waiting at the post-summit plan in terms of peace and reconciliation.
Before we can talk about the post-summit plan, let's take you back to this dialogue where you talk about. Una activists them, they don't call for this dialogue. Una they don't see the tension rising, especially in the political space. But the time for that dialogue, una be the call for no happen until the ECOWAS summit. Now that lots don't happen, the tripartite discussions, they get so many issues. What are the lessons where the politicians them, the citizens them for learn from the tripartite for Brianka on board this dialogue now where don't begin happen between the political players?
So Khadija, when I talk about the post-summit plan, it goes far back than the tripartites, way back. And so the people we get for spearhead this, and we get for ensure say them put this plan in place. Let them not first and foremost. Let them not disconnect waiting the happen so from the entire recovery process where they go through. Right from the start, I tell you, say peace and reconciliation is long, it draggy, it get tension, and even it torturous. What I mean torturous from the word torture. People then torture them, people then die. Right? People then doing amputees right now, they're maim, people they're lame because of that civil conflict. As a country, we have not done enough for the victims of the civil conflict. I don't want to begin now. What we talk about genuine peace. We're pausing in hearts. They say they shake you out no more, but it turn in face because waiting do internally they bleed. So them people then we then stop them be beggars because their life them altered because of the war. We not forget them. So it's an opportunity. Waiting happen and don't get an opportunity for look back and waiting safety trajectory. Well, come out there and quite recently, right? Starting from after, the 2018 election, the August 8th incident happened. Citizens then tie back. Reconciliation starts also from that period. Let me not forget the incidents then did. Post 2023 elections, the alleged coup, and all the one that way take part, the one that way don't go through conviction, where accountability don't happen for, right? The president, where the former president will come back, all them things and they will happen. Let me know say victims them in their back. They need to be part of the agenda. That is what reconciliation is all about. Of course, the one that way don't die, the family, they get closure by just saying, let's move ahead. No. The plan should integrate that. Any plan devoid of citizens that we don't be victim. And what's a citizen? I know they talk about ordinary citizen no more. We know say we been get servicemen also as part of the victims. So it's all inclusive. What's a citizens is board of Sierra Leone will lay their life for this. The family could only understand when they are part of this conversation. Dialogue is important in democracy. In fact, it is called democratic dialogue. Right? Having said that, the plan also, and I think, where is excellency? That's why I said the leadership of ECOWAS bring to the fore a number of the good governance principles that will don't the trumpet over and over. Is excellency the president talk about? How can the community prioritize critical issues where they accelerate change? This is also very important. Very, very important, for not just the community, but also Sierra Leone. So
question now, Marcella, how Salon as a country, they go with all them conversation, then they will happen within the walls of the summit hall and take them beyond the walls of the summit. Just like what you say, ordinary people and they will be die. The family will get closure. But now as it is, the conversation just centered around the political players them, forgetting the ordinary people.
So we are going to, what I am doing now, together with you, Khadija, and with Mabel, we are moving the conversation. We are moving the conversation from just a political conversation. And we are moving the conversation to an institutional reform conversation. At the next stage, then they have to go up the court the president. Right? We are moving it to an institutional reform president. We're all a part of what we call transitional justice package. We are moving it from reconciliation, reparations for victims. Reconciliation, I forced to happen. So we see His Excellency the President in magnanimous welcoming the former president. Under the steering of the ECOWAS reconciliation, right? And then I don't mention reparation. I don't even take out from the recent issues around the tripartite. I can go way back because waiting at the try for build, we are on a trajectory of recovery, right? And then this thing not will happen without institutional reform. The justice sector, one of the principal institutions we get for midwife this piece, in natural. For let it and tongue jam. In natural, for let Khadija Mia you get plaba. because we are two different individuals. In natural, even as you and Mabel, they co-host the show every morning on at the same institution. In natural, for long jam. But waiting they happen when you get that kind of situation where you go before the justice system, let you convince, right, that when I come out and me Khadija then tell me say na me wrong Mabel and now the sanction in this we are wrong maybe that commodity with that conviction that yes, the justice will they hand over to me correct. Make the person not commodity and begin first say, even this me right turn am to wrong because waiting do I not be able to get the money for take the best lawyer. Of unfortunately, I not been there in a situation where connected. And it commodity they aggrieve. So the justice sector, the law enforcement agency, now they get from midwife this process. Without guaranteeing them day, peace not they stand. There is no peace without justice. The absence of physical war, brutality, not to peace. I make them get things the way they call fragile peace. Because waiting do the people the way they heart heavy. Right? It's plenty. And other thing what we see when we are discussing this as part of the recovery and peace package. Another thing what we see was the construction of the conference center. Now, Lungi, I say a lot of people there don't talk about the money. It comes with a cost. And nobody know fool you. The money boku. But you can measure that money there to peace. Peace I mean, you can't quantify them. The money where peace they carry. I remember when they do election, you get a group called ECOWAS. ECOWAS their slogan, then they say it better for finance election, right, that you finance conflicts. That is their slogan. And it's so poignant. Very profound statement. It said better for fund credible election. Put all the money there, like come off fine. Than you fund. You fund conflicts. That money what they talk about say that conference center carry immeasurable to peace. And so we come to the transitional justice practitioners. They want the way they do memory because that's another aspect of peace. You know, monuments and relics. The people the way they use memory for stir up what happened. I saw heads of state coming from other countries and planting a memorial at Salon, planting a tree, and then this memorial stone was erected. This what does it symbolize? This is a country, right? Maybe in get sense. A number of Sierra Leoneans then, because the population relatively low, the age relatively, they're of a younger age. Most of them people then they not experience the civil conflicts. Past waiting and they tell them, I recognize the role ECOWAS played in this country. But today, what's happening? As part of that recovery day, we don't reach a stage as a country. It comes with a cost. And they tell you, say, not a cheap one in terms of physical currency.
So people not forget.
But,
concerns.
no, that's not my point, Khadija. I've just done this. Because you say, how we move the conversation. Not so. Right? It comes with a physical cost. And the one that we get sense by entrepreneurship. I think the young cycle inside by the plan. How for turn that center there into a viable place, right? Because you know we had this magnificent facility in the heart of nothing. You look around, shopping mall not there. You look around, restaurants not there. What's right now? That's why I'm talking about memory. Because symbolically, at the heart of the destruction where don't happen over time in this country, we put that magnificent space. For me, what I see is the future. And that is why it be very symbolic that it was not only the 69th ordinary session that was held, but we also had this particular summit, on the declaration for regional integration for the future was also signed. So what be the happen at Salon? We, where ECOMOG, through ECOWAS, can help 20-something years ago for bring this state back. Let done civil war. Now we don't reach a point now where we're able for us ECOWAS. So this piece, what they talk about, it gets various dimension. It not only get domestic dimension, it get big regional dimension. We can now, as a country, able for say, we are now sitting, cheering the conversation with them in the chair for we. There was a point in the history of this country where in all of the international platforms then they, whether at the regional bloc, when at the ECOWAS or the Mano River, let me start from the MRU, whether at the MRU level, sub-regional, you go to the sub-regional ECOWAS or the African Union. Sierra Leone was the center of the conversation. At the African Union, together with countries like Somalia, Congo Brazzaville, if they follow the internet, the political conversations, now we have been the people that are the center. ECOWAS been the discuss because we been there directly under the West African state. But today, the president now sit down and lead a conversation on the future of regional integration. Now this Sierra Leonean story. You know what that means? For any time, that's why we have a commitment. Citizens where they promote democracy and good governance. For any time, the vision 2050 for ECOWAS succeed. Any milestone will succeed. Then remember Salon. This conversation was held in the soils of Sierra Leone. So this dimension is broader. I know say the dimension broader past the narrow conversations they all they get. I know say people can get different perspectives, but we need to educate them. Before now, the only two people sabi about politics na Salon. Well, I don't say people, I'll be going too far. Majority of Sierra Leoneans sabi na APC and SLPP conversation. And that's why now I want to talk about the political parties.
So before we talk about the political parties, in all of these what happens, seeing Sierra Leone hosting regional conversation, we own president, they are the helm of affairs. What it mean for democracy?
You see, when at a personal level, when I sit down, I don't want to open my phone now because I mean some of the things then I made, I will paraphrase them. When I sit down, I lunge on Sunday, I was on my phone capturing quotes from them because these are some of the things that we government get for do. What's the government? I don't mean state house. I mean the ministries and the commissions and other related MDAs with the border. Where is the National Commission for Democracy in this conversation? The Peace Commission. You know, one of the things, and this is what we've been doing at Campaign for Good Governance in the last couple of days. We are collecting all this evidence because standing in our work during the war, Campaign for Good Governance ensure that anything will happen. That's our role in terms of this era of data and for collect qualitative data. happen, that's what they call them. But now we get commission for peace. They need a role in all of this and collect all the information there. I don't take una through the entire cycle of recovery up to the time where we can host ECOWAS, right? Where we get for put back na the agenda of peace. For say, during all of this country will be known for X, Y, and Z. Where it relates to brutal civil conflicts, now then they set the stage soon. And there was a memorial stone. I love that memory. Because that day you need to dispute them. I hope it will be protected. So when would they rewrite the history of this country? These are the fundamentals that would be there. So we have a very rich discussion where surpass the now things them. That will not forget say in all of waiting with the talk about the future of we country, we live in condition. Would I not want to see in country better? That's
Because that's how they want to
That's-
say, are the people ready? Because so many people are what they care about, so how they go get them daily bread, how they able to take care of themselves and their family. Coming with peace talk at this time, are the people ready for this?
in fact the equation is that you daily bread they constrain instability there. That daily bread where they talk so. So whatever corner you find yourself, you know, I mean, people that of me age are living witness to they get the live reality of the civil conflict. Therefore, time revolve in synonymous with angry. Nothing no there for it. Thank God for we soil. You know, we can't go grow when our rainy season mango go there. That was what people were living on. We are ever good in this country. So that daily bread where you care about, you not care about waiting politician. No, politics is so serious. We're not for left and no more at the hands of politicians. I mean, Kadisha be telling me still I wait for still I'm not talk about the political parties. But I need to talk about them. So the role of every citizen now, right? Now they call window of opportunity. And opportunity don't come. Let we grab them with two hands. Don't wait to let them call you.
Ready.
The readiness
political
has
parties.
been displayed.
Yes, so the question I asked you earlier, I go ask her back. Beyond the pictures, beyond the walls of the ECOWAS conference center, what in them for do for one with this conversation? Because where politics can just know, you they see them heightening up back the tension because everybody they go for win the elections.
Okay, let me say this. I'm bringing the conversation back to the regional issues. And I'm talking to the politician now. This is what I wanted to say to them. And I'm trying to be, because not today no more, the supporter the safety. I'm trying to put a very complex issue at the trying I'm aid for put them in a very simple manner. You know, the world, what we call geopolitics, what's in the happen? Geopolitics na geography and politics. Politics here on Asabiam because alone sabi politics. Politics is a matter of choice. Now politics mean geo come off from the word geography. Geography na locality. I make for example the conversation where then they talk say, oh the Sahelian states, the AES states, they don't come out from ECOWAS. They don't do it again. They don't form their alliance. They come out too, but we still then at the same territory. Whether they like it or not, the issues there where they affect West Africa, they affect them. We get issues of terrorism. We get issues of transport crime. We get issues of poverty. We get issues of instability. All they affect them. So that because of that geography, they're not come out too. They're still there. Now, so we politician them, the world don't change you. The geopolitics don't change. Trade, waiting be the cover now waiting they call multilateralism. Where the world, as me, Salon, a cough na yasu, then people them, you know, where they America, where they England, where they Canada. Then they say, let's go Salon, let's not catch cold. Because we see they don't sneeze to, we self go catch the cold. They all they come. You know what that means? Varying countries with different power and manifestation, they can put hand on that solve the problem. You know they again now the geopolitics, you either call them minilateralism or regional integration. Like they now. So the regional blocks them, then they solidify. Your regional block na ECOWAS. Then they solidify for ensure say the problem the way they happen na region we tackle them. And so Sierra Leone, if una feel say una they set confusion, then person then they where then they run for Kaipuna, I know they again no. Now we self get for take with future now we you and so this kind this what they talk about the act of reconciliation will happen na lunge, right? And the preceding days, the prior issues, whether you like it or not, you get for work. Because the current global climate not they encourage that kind of will be depend. Nobody know they for In fact, a lot of Sierra Leoneans, one of the things so good for them because we get a diaspora of Sierra Leoneans now, America and United Kingdom. So they understand. They don't see what's in they happen in America. So what's here they talk, so they know. In fact, as I speak, UK don't cut budgets, allocation, and other aid support to Salon. 80%. So you know anything now what they do, it get for be consolidated and homegrown. So that strategy for concept confusion, that strategy for unacef, that strategy for left citizens deprive them of opportunity, that strategy for make private sector not grow, that strategy for they in control. You just stay in control of yourself. Because you're not going to in control of nobody. Because there would hardly be anything. Because now inside the country, now for grow the initiative then they for win a campaign for good governance. At this juncture, peace go beyond the signing of documents. Peace go beyond public show of hugging. It's fine. Because what we can call symbolism. Because as I say, it can translate to the supporters themselves. So for example, the maybe they left the whole that ending. But there is a photo I saw, right? And a couple of people then don't allude. So I mean I can also attest in a fact. Me not say I'm on a fact that's the chairman of the ruling party with the it with the one of the opposition lead, then with the it's not simple. We call them and the symbolism. Say possible. But then the peace not to una not forget say una be the cause all this problem. Una be the recruit people then for join una supporter then don't become so agitated person herself. Because not forget say for the last couple of years now so no more una be feed there with information of how them for hate them brother Sierra Leonean and hate them sister Sierra Leonean. So we have to say no to hate culture. No to hate speech. If you're not political leader, no go in this era of digitalization, no go na Facebook, go right thing, but the opposing party. If you then are opposition, you're not opposition leader, no go na you Facebook or you make audio where you they castigate, you they use hate language against other political leader. You know what you they do? Implicitly, you they introduce a culture where you support them, now you party, now so then self they operate. So these are the small steps we needed to be taken forward. And as an immediate first step, because I don't talk about the political leader, the political party leaders, then for sure a posture of peace, right? So let them not go fuel and make their hate messages then they. And then as I say, we'll be able to recruit a bunch of young Sierra Leoneans there when I've been the work no more. For a short say within the political parties for fuel that hates the
how they for
educate them. Una don't go, I know say, from ECOWAS, and then the pre-negotiation begin. They're able for sell am to His Excellency, right? The President, Dr. Julius Madeboyo. It was magnanimous enough. He invites the former president, former president Kuruma for camp. They don't do their own parts, right? It's actually heavy. It's an emotional thing. That's why we call it emotional recovery. After all waiting don't happen, they don't do their own parts. Now, President Bio, because the way they see, this is an observation, the way they see the political leaders, then are SLPP, they embrace and not say the pardon talk to them. President Bio has also done his own role from ECOWAS for pass on the information to the political leaders. They say, come on, we have to do this. This is good for our country. This is the commitment that we have to make to the people of Sierra Leone. Then self don't do opposition, una self go back, una go, una pass on. So una opposition supporters them, get them for understand. Same with ruling party, get una supporters them for understand. Alright? Where would they talk? I'm trying to find the word now. The word now, conceptualization. Beyond understanding of opposition, criticism, and negative. So even me, one of the way why they provoke. One of the way why they provoke action and through criticisms, right? It's not like I don't understand what you do, but they critique what you do so I can provoke actions for let you find solution very quickly. So I would be asking some very hard questions to just jack you and bring some very valid and concrete solutions to certain issues. So, but we understanding of opposition is negative. Anything criticism would face out with negativity. We need for understand say criticism not a negative posture. Criticism and opposition they help you for think and know the other side, which we can call the pulse of citizens.
This spirit of peace and cohesion way then they display so now. How can they sustain it? Because we don't foresee now the same to tell the politician the way when they host them. We don't foresee 1 minute on the show like on a together, the next minute when I go back carry the country. How do they sustain this moving forward?
Maybe that thing I don't talk forward in the morning. I don't take you through all. I can summarize now. First and foremost, I start this conversation. I say, what's happening na lungi? Now we call na transitional justice and peace, emotional recovery. Right? And so, what's happening? So now the legacies of conflict. Where we been get a situation, we don't get democracy right now, but the opportunities and they're so small, and so we have competition. All man they fight for dinner at the hem. You know why they want dinner at the hem? Because they share the cake. And we get forget systems and processes where would they share the cake? Somebody get one particular way where you can describe them. It says if na me step mama they share. Now they pull it today. I forget confidence in myself could eat. Basically, what was he saying? That even if you then a political party within a power, they run the state on merit. So I mentioned, say, we forget what we call a post-summit agenda or plan. And thankfully, the Peace Commission Executive Secretary Denaya, Chuade, campaign for good governance, who not been get placed the Peace Commission. We make sure say we document everything we happen. So with TRC come and the evidence we CGG documents and they use. Special court where they want corroborate issues, they use the evidence. Peace Commission should document from the process, the negotiation will happen before ECOWAS summit. Document them and just say what happened during the summit, and now put forward waiting and call the post-summit plan. And that post-summit plan, not to the immediate thing that will happen, but tripartite. No, then they go way back. The end of the conflict, 2002. We have not treated the victims of the civil conflict with dignity. That's so foot they in their hearts. Some people, they're lame, they're maim, they lost property from some man for where lost himself. You know, get that himself today. Right? In that plan, let we not forget, say, we for ensure, say, victimhood not be a permanent future of them people then they will suffer.
All right.
And then the next one, we make sure, say, the tripartites come forward. I mean, all the victims, August 10 or November 25, all victims, including the war victims, we make provision for them. And then the tripartite recommendation, if we ensure, say, the processes towards the next election is transparent, is free, and participatory, and the requisite legal reforms will for happen. Make sure say happen. That's the pathway.
All right, Marcella, thank you for giving the pathway. Now just bring in our Samai. As we all know, the Peace Commission don't play a central role in all of these. And they begin their conversation there. So take the escalator up to the international moral guarantor them. The Peace Commission don't play the political actors there. Whenever tension came on for happen between them, they still say the Peace Commission, they run quick call them into a meeting and start all of this. And now the studio this morning, I want to welcome the executive secretary for the Peace Commission, Hawa Samai. We don't be the face of the commission in all of their negotiations there. Good morning, Hawa.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
All right, so I'll just start with the question where many people go on for ask you how Ibn Talek foresee former President Koma jetting to the country as a special guest of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio.
Once I say, first, thank you for that. The Bible saying everything no give thanks. So mean that God was with the tell thank you, because without God, what's happened that day not before possible. And I want to say that be awesome moment. Awesome because I should say a lot of people then, including Mr. Seth, not before just predict and say will happen this soon. But to want to tell thank you to the man at the end of things, His Excellency the President. Because one thing waiting and he always say, when peace, any country where peace day, if the government, that in a way to learn a peace school, if the government no get peace agenda, peace need to succeed in that nation day, no matter how they try. So we want to tell and thank you as the leader of this government. Because for even apart from the conversations then behind the scene, and then the AG and announcement, you will for no say he get for run waiting he run through the president, he get for giving consent. Now government minister before that announcement they go take place. So one for tell and plenty thank you. For we allow this to happen. And we even go to the extent, because even if I announce them and then you not even invite them at the summit. But for sure, say I don't ready for peace. And we all for work in the direction of peace. Invite and come at the summit. And when we invite them, we don't see pictures then, because Atiwa been in one station yesterday, they said they're not going to see pictures. Now we don't see pictures them of the all two. We don't see pictures that we meet with different people them. And one thing what I notice, the former president even been they meet with more of the SLPP people them. The in body language with them was so relaxing, and you see say then get conversation, not only just high and pass. then go laugh, then go chat. The VP, I think, spend more time with herself because most of the time when you go na the holding room of the VVIPs, them all been day. Now there are two been they keep the longest company day. So you find out say he was very relaxed, very, very extremely relaxed. So we tell God thank you that where he come, we will not see no hostility among them, we will not see no panic. Because sometimes you go to work at the car, you don't even know what they come it. So you go see the administrative face. People then go wear administrative and but hypocrisy and the smiles them. But we not see that. We see genuine smiles, we see genuine conversation they go on, and we see genuine interactions. For me, that's the highlight of everything.
What all of this mean for Salon? Especially at this time where we know so we work towards elections. We know how election don't take electionary period to Salon, especially between the two major political parties. And this moment where we witness so what all of it mean?
One, I want to start off with the unity agreement. Inside the unity agreement, resolution 6, we see and they say we foresee how for bring the former president, because now the only living former president, vice president then, and any stakeholder na that level they come together. One thing about the TRC and even the special courts, they always refer to the one that with the greater responsibility, right? So we look at the one and then where the unity agreements talk about and see how we go bring them come together so that we will make sure say they help we with this peace and social cohesion for Mama Salon. And this is not one big thing. This is not just the start, because the start now for make sure say they all come together. They all have a conversation. I've been sitting down with former VP4. As he say, former president don't come, enforcing, hey, myself, I want to go tell her do, or go welcome her. That's not the heart of peace. We see say all man now forgiveness, all man now don't ready for reconcile. He not even wait say la wait the other days. He miss yourself for go say hi. He said this hour, 9 a.m. I say hour. He said everybody need for forgive. Everybody need for move on for the betterment of Mama Salon. He said we need for help una for make una work easy. He said and he gave us start with we, the senior statesmen them na this country. And the all senior statesmen them, I should say with them voices, with honest voice come, they want them voice, they all come. Trust me, Salon go listen. He go listen to the president, he go listen to VP, vice president, and say if they why they don't come together, other than me and you two, where we not go come together for work for the good of this nation.
Our Marcella be say something earlier. Say them political leaders there. The same message they would be they preach before, it translates down to the supporters them, maybe they use the digital space for attack and also fuel their own conflict. Now that we're not able to get them for static conversation, when I don't get them into a room, everybody willing for forgiveness, how we are going to engage them for let them carry along distant supporters?
One of the critical things them in all of this, as we continue for work with them, because this is not a one day, we're not just start. This is not just the start where public don't see, right? We got to continue for work with them, not a one day off. But as we carry them along, we don't get the media involved for the last 2 months. We don't even get a lot of session for make them go help we for carry the peace and social cohesion business with all trainings for them now, all the districts them. And one of the things them where we don't they push forward now how una go translate this, because the social media space and this traditional media space key. Now waiting una they tell people them plenty tell all the kind guests that una they bring kind on a studio. Now go help for transform the people their hearts and their minds them. How una the shape una questions them. They help for also shape the people them on the ground, the ideology. People then go don't see this, but how na go can create narratives around them. Go either send we back or go move we forward as a nation. Good things can happen, but now how we all the translator. Now the key things then. We get plenty thing them for do, as I say, but it's how una the media get for work with we, for help will bring sanity, calm na all the spaces. If una all they talk the same language with we and them, where we don't see them begin they project good image and good communication around the country, then Salomon go say, it look like things don't begin to change. Next time when politician can negative thing go to them, the first way go tell, Sebo, I see Yansane and Batilo, they eat na one plate, na the spoon no more different. Remember I've been talking na so say then they eat na the same plate now I don't see pictures of them. Today I've been tell people and they not believe. Now they don't see picture. So how me set go eat with me neighbor when na either APC or na SLPP hello no fit. Just like where I don't say this over and over now, then there's na all them program and I hear Marcella self mention that. It not mean say when people them get different ideologies because political parties na different ideology therefore become enemies. No, it should not happen. Different ideology for me they bring development because if you see say for Bill Road from here go Lunge, it better pass for Bill Bridge, or then they say no, okay, pass the bridge so it's cheaper. Then the old man give you own different ideology, then it go make critical thinkers and put all the ideas then they together and we opt for the best. So different political ideology for make we come and build salon to a better salon, but not all for create lasting enemies. I think that's not the biggest problem and biggest challenge what we need for teach we picking them from school come up to this current generation. Some of them politicians we talk to them like say we too old for land, but we want for tell let's say we get for make the land. Learning na progressive thing and learning na everyday thing. If you tap for land, stop politics because politics therefore they inside they evolve on a daily basis. So we need for understand how we get for work for the interest of Mama Salon.
Marcella said something earlier before you did come. It go way back to waiting to happen from the August 8 to 10 incident, the November 26th attempted coup, and people all don't lost their life there. Family members them when we will get closure it. And it make mention say if we want to talk about peace, now some of them side they are back on our footies. In that conversation, they are now already up on how the Peace Commission they try for bring some of their instances there as a center point of discussion.
We don't only tap to them late school there, so we don't start. As just we invite some media houses there recently where we don't start for review the TRC, right, and the recommendations. We want to look at everything because that's part of our mandate now. We act. We want to look at every recommendation where they foster peace and social cohesion and where go stabilize this nation for good, moving away from negative peace to positive peace. And we they look at the TRC and the recommendations then. We also they look at the unity agreement. Just where we don't start for review the TRC, we find out say 80% of waiting then at the tripartite, then at the TRC. So implementing the TRC basically is implementing the TRC is implementing the tripartite. Implementing the tripartite is implementing the TRC. The unity agreement said they, right? All of the agreements there, so we don't put them together, and especially the TRC, because if the tripartite na the TRC, it means alone they go in circles. It means we not solve the root causes of waiting that we problem then as alone. We just they say problem. Every time they highlight the problem. So now na solution. The Peace Commission now they go to solution. right? Now I make, even with them victims them where people and they talk about, this not attempt for advocates for them. Can we include them into the reparations as we talk about the TRC as well? That's not I don't from yesterday to today. I don't they talk on a radio. It's an opportunity for advocates for them for low include them at the TRC reparation recommendation. So as we look at all the recommendations, we also realize that over 60% of the TRC have been implemented. We look now at what's not implemented, why are they not implemented, and waiting at the way forward on each of them. Once we work on that, we get for call validation, a big validation where and the way forward path. We get more because the one that all been called before, we call some civil society and some we call religious bodies, we call all the institutions them where the commission, where the recommendation mentioned. And we also realize that there are new institutions them were responsible for some of the implementation, then the way, because the new institutions and they're not being there, now the former TRC recommendation, we don't add all of the institutions then they did. And we get for bring all of them once we don't analyze them, we go for bring everybody come, we validate them. That's now a bigger one now for the validation before we launch this current report and the way forward.
All right.
What we get for work on. So that everybody now go to monitor. We're also going to do an annual update. Everybody except go to contribute. Uda need they work, all man gonna say na this institution need they work or na this need they happen. So that salon go move from where we are. So
right.
Usa we ought for be.
As the time for wrap up this segment quickly, Marcella, we don't get some commitments from the Peace Commission and some of the things that we have planned for do, because this is a process where they just don't get some wins. There are still more for do. The post summit now with all these wind of forgiveness, peace, where they blow down at the air. Waiting at some of the signs them where we as citizens for watch out for, and waiting at some of the things them, especially the political leaders, where they say for avoid, we not go back to some of the things that will be happen before now, whether the negative piece where our they talk about.
So charity begins at home. That starts with my own space. Because now get control over a column sphere of influence, right? We will for sustain the debates. Sometimes, it's like you always self-responsible. When we done the Truth and Reconciliation Commission process, we must put some high on the agenda and sustain them. Not to say against the not be the make party as you. A lot of gains there, a lot of the recommendation they don't fulfill. But when the recommendation fulfill, we need a time to the peace process. It take we years before His Excellency the President puts Remembrance Day. So what we need to do is to keep this conversation sustained, so that we can get a very young population. Most of them people are not live with the reality of civil conflicts. That's like waiting then they tell them, or sometimes then are the community then see somebody disabled from the conflicts, or the conflicts make now then they begin connect. So when we begin to do that one day, we put it on the agenda. And the third point, new players in the political field. So my way they talk, I tell her Jama they talk to her. And they resonate with her.
Plenty of that CIC meeting they true.
So how do we get them to understand that what do they talk so, not to cock and bull story, not to movie. This na happen in a salon. How we recruit new players. Sometimes I begin to think and say, I can say slow down, not get pressure. But that civil service training college, there is so much that training college for prepare new leaders. Nobody for take political office in this country without going to the civil service training college. The civil service training college should have a contextual package for every public figure. So man, because of a role where he played during the election like political party, in office them can take off that office day, but he no get no interaction with public space before. This is not the post we get for make policy decision for me, right? So how do you ensure that you prepare that individual? Say, all them here, this way they can't sit, they're not no more. This year, it carried a backlog of other related things, so that this policy decision where they make, you get for take cognizance of all of the other things. That's the role of the civil service training college. So we have to invest. Basically, what I'm saying, we have to invest in public and political education. And the critical role of political parties na that one day. Not to just for count for political power no more. The main function, if another the constitution of Salon said they're supposed to do. Political education. That is it.
All right, thanks, Marcella. We'll come back to you, Hawa, as soon as still they continue for engage. Like you say, they don't commit for make una work easy as a commission, but more needs to be done, especially turning like this. Una don't start to get good results. What are some of the things then una go ensure say, especially the emphasis on the politicians, because elections they can't just know. The intention them get for begin go up because everybody want for win political power. How na they guard that part for them?
One of the things then we have been serious crisis among the politicians and having communication. Remember, we don't get a whole session on that about communication. And because of communication, lack of communication, they may get a lot of animosities then when they go on. And for break some of them barriers, then they what we don't do and we go continue for the do, especially with the recommendations on the tripartite. Because Nadande been very edgy. Now I make Boku in the kind of radio, the ala they're not been they get proper updates. Remember, when they say 10%, and then they say 30%. We take the APC, the assigned specific people them to we. And we tell us, then give we all the institutions them what they want for meet with where they na the tripartite recommendation where they not believe say, or where they want for get more interaction with and see where they are with the implementations. And the good thing, we write to all of them, about eight institutions, including the security sector, ECSL, the AG's office, even PPRC, a lot of them. And they agree, and we do a timetable. We and the national moral guarantor, because what you want for ensure say all this process become nationally owned. For the national moral guarantor, then we get paramount chief there, we get interreligious council, we get civil society, we get SLAG, when I've been the president of SLAG, we get Labour Congress, we get even the Pekinem, the Children's Forum Network presidents, been about 7 of them, where we go around with this group also include the paramount chiefs, where we all go around and then we meet with them different institutions on a one-to-one. We look at the tripartite recommendations, and each of them, before we go there, we send to them letter with what we expect for them, and then give we update. I will tell you, say they were beautifully and happily surprised for find out, say, all institutions done the work on the tripartite recommendations. They even give evidence, timelines as to how then they go about the different process. Uswan then get stalled with because of it get for go through the legislative process where the AG and team themselves may get for answer why they are with the legislative processes them, waiting and they do currently. And at the end of everything, we come, we don't look at the summary of where we are, and everybody don't say we are making progress as a nation. Everybody seem for the put effort. Nobody know the way relax. Everybody, even ECSL, don't make so much progress in the implementation. And they show timelines and deadlines where they don't give themselves with so many things them ongoing currently. And one of the things that all institutions where we they go to, we also they encourage them, say, set up systems where una go to update not just the APC, but political parties and key stakeholders. Una include civil society, then they and una include the one them who una believe say at the end of the day go hold una accountable. We go able for including journalists them. We go come back and give feedback to the populace. This is important because we find out that even some side where civil society are represented or SLAG they're represented, they need to give feedback to the populace, which is I think say it's also wrong. Because on side even where we go, then they ask say, but APC get representative now. But one of the concern them, some side where they go, APC representative not constant. Today na one person go. Tomorrow na another person. Next tomorrow, when they go other meeting. So consistency. So information not go able for flow. Waiting them in not discuss na one or two meeting. This new person will come, not gets a clue about her. So I go able for inputs into decisions the way that they make
and all of
in real time.
this, what do they expect from the public? Because then gets a role for play for uphold the peace. You talk about the media, say, when they engage, especially the mainstream media, but we also see the competition already between the mainstream media, the new media, especially the bloggers, and where they come now, one for break news without even verifying, and some people in the public waking gullible for intake the information and they for cause problem. How do you get them on board?
One thing we are glad we they work with SLAG, and we also they work with where they are part of the I-Verify team. So starting thing there when they post on social media, we always they tell people and say, may they always they go back to the I-Verify. If you are eating on social media, you're not sure, go I-Verify. May you go verify if waiting this person don't put that blogger there, not true you don't talk, or not so true you don't talk. May we left for they take every bits and pieces of news for granted. I think that they completely wrong. Una said for they push that because I'm sure you are part of SLAG and una part of the I-Verify team then. So it's important that una always the promoter now una everyday news. So fake news go the dwindle. People that when they know say they not get the correct thing, then once they know say people that they realize say na fake news that they post, their social media handle then go they drop. Because then no say then people then they go feed on the wrong thing there where they make them get credibility. So please, it's important. Now make they say one big asset to the station, not the media. So let we see how the people to us to now. So let's see how now all they project the right image, the truth, and guide conversations then in our studio. Because if they are not guided, people then can't then talk boku botobata or lie then now in our studio. Una also go be blamed because at the end of the day, then go say they are so now then they push wrong information or now then they push negativity or conflict. Remember saying now one grain radio program now Rwanda now caused the death of so many people. So always that they remind any media house can go and they say please make we see how we remind we self as media houses and social handlers they make them see how they project the country and the image of the country in a good way. You destroy Salone, now we all need to destroy, whether you like it or not. Right. We not care which political party you belong. Salone now one grain country and in the house where you left the airport and then they say you na mandate him ni Limba or Creole. No. Then they ask you, say, you na Fula? No. Then they say, you na Sierra Leone, where you passport? Where you in other country? Where you passport Sierra Leone? Full so, passport not get whose tribe you be self or whose religion you did. Now you nationality. So please, no project the good image for Salon. Like, oh, don't see what's going to happen. Now the ECOWAS, everybody was pleasantly pleased.
All right.
And happy for the country. All man, they wow. Salon for what you don't do. Let we know they go and demean we self again in public space.
All right, Sarah. Many thanks for joining this morning for can talk about the progress and post ECOWAS summit and some of the things they wanna go continue for do for maintain this positive peace where the country they enjoy right now. Now be a pleasure for host you this morning.
Thank you very much. And no say we they begin for celebrate 5 years anniversary as a peace commission.
All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, that's now our Samai, the executive secretary. Quickly, when they take this break, we'll come back when they talk to other studio guests where they can join me.
Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Voices gone. Hi, yeah, hey. Credibility.
Alright, welcome back. It's still a Waji Breakfast Show. They come to you live on Liberty Online TV. This is not the final segment for this edition of the show, and we tell you say we can talk about paracletes, what they're about, and what are the benefits them way it gets. We can discuss at this segment. And I want to welcome now the studio this morning, Bubbly Dumbuya, when a founder and CEO for Paracletes. Well, welcome. It's a pleasure having you here this morning. And also the word paracletes might be strange for so many people, especially if they don't belong to the Christian religion. So just take me through first where we say paraclete. What does it mean?
Thank you very much. Listeners and viewers, paracletes is from a Greek word parakletos, basically which means like helper. So paracletes is basically helper. In basic term, and for just help. Ultimate things for you.
What do they do exactly? Is it like a robot?
No. So Paraclet is a standalone software. So Paraclet is a system where they help churches then and also outside the church. But the main point of contact is not the church. So what they do for help the preacher, the congregation, and also the media people them. For make sure so they run their service very smooth and very easier. One of the things we Paraclet they do. So every Sunday, 4.2 million churches then they face one problem. And that problem that when the pastor calls a scripture, it takes 10 to 15 seconds for me to project on the screen. So when we are building Paraclets, we're like, how we go build a system where we go work as soon as the pastor calls a scripture, it projects immediately on the screen. So that's one of the features and the way Paraclets do. Paraclets also, at the same time, there is an online and an offline model. So the online model, they listen to 36 different languages and dialects. Whilst the offline model, they listen to 99 different languages and dialects. So, when I was building Paraclets, it was around, how can I make Paraclets work really better with or without internet? Because in Africa in general, the internet connectivity is really a problem. So how can Paraclet they work inside Bam? How can Paraclet work on some side inside salon where internet's not there? So it was a decision, say for build the core functionalities then for work offline. Aside of that also, Paraclet within a click of a button, based on the message when the pastor don't preach, it generate for you social media posts, it generate for you discussion questions, it generate for you key insights and host of other.
Let me say, for example, because you say not just the work for churches but also the media. Let me take Liberty TV for example. We mainly the broadcast online. We are an online media agency. What's practical example you go give of how Paraclets work? Well, like if we want for user Naya, how it go?
I think Paraclets can replace that more than the media team and that. But
sorry, dearie.
So what in Paraclets they do? Let's say Liberty TV gets an audience in the, let's say now get an audience in France.
Okay.
But all the people in hear Creole, they don't even hear English, but they actually want to say everything in French. So within a click of a button, you can just say translate all what they talk for me in French, and Paraclets will begin doing for you in real time. So actually people are waiting online on Facebook, on YouTube, they actually begin to see everything where they talk in French. So then they now also one of the feature there. Now I don't say okay, let's use Liberty TV as a case study. There's also service flow. Within service flow, you know, so most times in churches there, you get like order of service where then they give. So una self gets an order of programs. Una gets videos, effects they wanna go down put together. So what you can do, you can pre-program Paraclets can you pre-program am? So Sparklet intelligently they listen to a conversation when they get. And so now we say, okay, now they move to Marcella Samba, when they immediately all the things they want to don't put for Marcella, they begin to project on the screen in real time. Aside of that, they also let's take ECOWAS, we just have one as a case study also. Sometimes when you get like them session there, when they get like a rapporteur, they will go actually write notes, we go put together details. You tell Paraclet, I say AI someone not features na Paraclet, where they allow people them for generate notes. Within a click of a button, it can generate for you paragraphs them, bullet points of what people and say. What you can just do, you can just put your Liberty or your Liberty TV logo and then you export as PDF. So now one of the features and the way Paraclet gets. And Paraclet get more features there. We are not going to actually talk right now because we're launching on the 23rd, which is Thursday, Bank Complex. So when we are building Paraclet, we said this is the world's first AI operating system for live service. We meant waiting we say. Because one for building a technology product, where the common salon are able to compete with other global companies then. The unique thing about Paraclet is that they work with OBS where that mandate they use, they work with vMix where they use. It can work with multiple.
How secure is Paraclet?
So Paraclet they work on your laptop. We only get one or two features when they connect to a server. And we server in really protected. We get server in France, we get in different parts of the world. When we also get like a team where when they don't work now for make sure they're secure, then for secure the conversation. So the only thing where they go on, where probably they go online. Now the conversation, let's say where they transcribe. But if you use the offline model, it will work perfectly na your laptop. So you don't need internet for they actually move go na server. But now a standalone AI engine where they work directly on your laptop.
Paraclet come at a time where a lot of people exposed to the internet, and in as much as they're exposed to the internet, data protection now a challenge right now. You get AI tools them where people they use now, and some might not even know how for use them tools there. You data all day now them tools there and with the introduction of Paraclet, how una take put data protection as a top priority?
When we build Paraclet, we're very intentional about the data. We make sure, say, as I say when I talk, we make sure, say, the core functionalities then of Paraclet can they work offline. So meaning 80 to 96% of Paraclet they work offline. So meaning you data and you actually get her. Your data they store on your own laptop. Unless you use the online model, we get for Canada server, but all any back they run through na your PC. They run na your PC. So the conversation where they get, they run na your PC, hits the server, and then it come back to you. Not so like we actually get outside, they go store. You know, get no outside the store. We know they store data any side. That now how conscious will be of data, because at the end of the day also Paraclets get for go to different parts of Europe, get for go to different parts of America. So we very conscious when we build Paraclets, say we want to build a global company, you know, say they come up from Salon and then the US government go begin question we say hey, XYZ don't happen, or the EU government go say hey, the data is done as Salon, so one of the manipulator, one of the collect people and data. These are not things we do now Paraclets. We only go collect data if you explicitly tell we na the software. When we launch this here and there, you tell we say collect this data so sorry, you tell say collect this few data so that data they help we for understand how you they use the software. But then you actually for tell we say yes, we want Liberty TV wants for Leona the collect the data so now go understand and serve we better. But whether if we don't understand it, that is really not a problem. Not a problem. So we very data conscious.
So how institutions them they able forget the Paraclet itself?
So it is on the website on the 23rd. on www.paraclets.com, PRACLETTE, paraclets.com, you get handy. There's also, you get, the unique thing is that AfriMoney is one of our partners, our official mobile money partner. So AfriMoney, then they give discounts to people where they download Paraclets. That are the unique thing also. We help church where business is the one for you is Paraclet. That you can use AfriMoney and you get 30% off. You can use AfriMoney, you get 50%. That announcement will be made on Thursday, where we actually will tell you the actual percentage you get. Even possible, say AfriMoney go talk, say on Thursday, Paraclet is free for the next 1,000 people where they use Paraclet. So we get there are different ways then how you go able to get access to the license key, because the license key is really important.
Let's look at the long-time benefits and plans, because ideas like this comes with sustainability. How the picture turn like from on our side?
That is sustainability. That's why we get it's a subscription model.
Okay.
On Thursday, this is an open invitation to Liberty, it's an open invitation to any media house. You can say, okay, in Salon, we will build a global tech, we will build a technology product, we will compete with other players around the world. It's a subscription model. We have Sanctuary, there is Professional, and then there is Kingdom. I cannot see the actual figure, but it is quite cheaper to other players there. And some of the features then what would they offer, said it is relatively cheaper. Let me say, we intentionally build the core functionalities then for work offline. So you don't need for pay for let the system work. So it will work. There is also get a free model where they say the work done. Anybody will get Paraclet, they will use them for 90 minutes weekly. For free. Then they take the work done. We don't make that commitment today. Say we want people to get access to Paraclet, take the work done. So then they are available for people there for download.
So apart from institutions, individual like people can go in for them by themselves and user friendly.
Yes, they're very user friendly. We can forget testimonials then on the day. It's very user friendly, and also Paraclet also gets when you open the software, you get like an onboarding tutorial where they will show you how to use them. They're actually able to understand. We think that click of a button. So we don't make Paraclet really complex. We make and say go.
Yeah, because I just want to ask you how user friendly is Paraclet.
We make and say you will click, so you know say okay, Yana for go live. Yana for translate from Creole to English. Yana for move from this feature to this feature. Yana from this to this. Another feature Paraclet get, which I will say it, but we're not launching that feature. We're launching it in few months. And that's, let's say, there are sometimes in church when I will get like this kind of worship minister, we could sing some song we not understand. The media post itself not even know that day. So intelligently, Paraclet cable listen to within that possibility. They go find the links online and start for projector immediately. That's one of the unique things they also way Paraclets they offer to people. But this is a feature I actually not going to say. But we go see how it will on Thursday.
So after the Thursday, how an individual will access them?
On Thursday, as we cut the ribbon, Paraclets go live. It's a 2-hour event. We don't really want for tea, want for make her as quickly as possible. And we get ecosystems player, then we go for discuss around the tech ecosystem and around technology. There's a fireside chat. We're having Francis Steven George, which I think gonna know. We're having Mamuja Vombo, we're having Suna, and we're having a host of other people. We go for the fireside chat, we go for discuss around Paraclet. So it will be available on Thursday for download. So that free one will tell you so. Also they'll be available on Thursday. So you can the website, you click the download button, you can use your card, you can use AfriMoney, and you can use Orange Money.
Because that's what they were asking.
Yes,
so what about we when our Orange Money will they use?
The unique thing is now no more. AfriMoney now they actually use AfriMoney, they get a certain discount where you get. Or you possibly say use AfriMoney and say AfriMoney say okay, they give this for free.
So except you go to the website before you able to get access to.
Get access to it, yes.
All right, well, we'll wrap up this session now with you. I just want to use the opportunity for talk to people. Why them for get paraclets?
Paraclets. Me family. This word of encouragement for you in a media processing. You don't use some of the features them way the paraclets they offer. If you're a media person, you did a leadership in a church, you want to help your pastor for streamlining service. Paraclets are the tool we go actually able use. You want for the follow up on if you're not there online on Facebook, on Instagram sometimes when church is stream or an event is stream, but you want to follow the conversation. The media team can easily share the sermon or the meeting notes also now on a WhatsApp group on a WhatsApp channel. So paraclets ready for solve the problems and the bottlenecks and way pastors that they get the congregation and also the media people. The registration they closed today. Unfortunately, you can check with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X. You can check the page and you can see the URL for reserve your seat. The events are free. Right. Nobody know they pay for candy events, but you need for register for candy events. And when you register, you receive an email with the copy of your invite where you go show a gate and then they go allow you for candy events.
Alright, many thanks for you joining at the studio this morning. In name now Boble Dumboya, the founder and CEO for Paraclet. I don't can tell you about this AI tool we don't develop and why Selunans them for grab them after the launch on the 23rd of July. So now go on the website and be part of that. Now we end this edition of the Breakfast Show. Many thanks to the production team and yourself. We continue for message and interact with Liberty TV. One for so many thanks to you. Until we meet again, Mabel Kabade, so get a lovely day and goodbye.
Alright, Mina Khadija Bangware say continue for watch Liberty TV throughout the day as we get very interesting content of public interest to the produce for now. Have a good day.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.